In today's plugin market, where big names often echo the loudest, there's a universe of innovation pulsing quietly in the background. Amongst the giants of music production, independent creators craft their tools that redefine our soundscapes. They are the unsung heroes, the architects of auditory art. Today, we're diving into a new plugin called Sorbet by Discreet Signals, a granular delay that's nothing short of a sonic alchemist's dream. Sorbet slices through your tracks, resampling 128 layers, each with its own universe of delay, pitch, stereo space, and even time direction. By supporting plugins like Sorbet, you're not just enhancing our music, we're empowering the visionaries who dare to redefine what's possible in sound design. Join me in this journey, and let's take a double scoop into the depths of Sorbet and give a voice to the extraordinary talent of independent developers. So in today's video, we're going to dive deep into Sorbet so you can see why it's such an amazing little tool and why you need to add it to your own production workflow. That being said, the developer of Sorbet has been so kind and so generous to offer all of my viewers an exclusive 25% discount code. You can check it out. The link is down below in the description. Just enter the code LIFE, spelled L1FE, just like my name, to get $5 off Sorbet. By purchasing this plugin, not only are you supporting an independent developer, but you're also supporting all future development of his plugins. He's got a really exciting roadmap plan, including some free plugins as well. That being said, I'd like to thank Discreet Signals for sponsoring today's video. I'm really excited. Let's get into it. Make sure you smash that like button on the way in. Let's do this. Sorbet from Discreet Signals. Enjoy. All right, so here we are inside of Ableton Live 11. Now, the goal with today's video is to show you guys all around Sorbet and show you why it's such an amazing plugin and why you need to add it to your own productions. Again, this video is sponsored by Discreet Signals, and I want to thank them for sponsoring this video. Be sure to show them some love by checking out the links down below in the description. And this video is not just about Sorbet, it's about supporting independent developers. I mean, they are the ones out here grinding, keeping our dreams alive, with their creation. So I encourage you guys to support this plugin. It's a great plugin. It's super versatile, and I can't wait to show it to you here today. So I've got a demo track planned, and what we're going to do is listen to that demo track, and then on the other side, I'm going to show you all around Sorbet. All right, so here we go. So as you can hear and see, I mean, Sorbet was all over that track, right? And there's a lot of different use cases for it. But what we're going to do is I'm going to solo the glitch percussion track, and just to show you some controls and show you how awesome Sorbet is by giving you some different use cases for it. So let's go ahead and solo this glitch percussion track, and I'll pull up Sorbet. And yeah, let's go over the controls. So over here on the left, we have the density control. Now, Sorbet is it's a granular sampler, basically, a delay, a reverb. I mean, there's so many different things, right? But over here, we have the grains control. So you can see by one grain, we just have one sample, right? It's just sampling at one time. But the more we crank this up, you know how dense it gets, right? That's why it's called density. And so you're really starting to sample into whatever you're putting through. Now, again, this is just a glitch percussion track. This could be anything. It could be a pad, it could be a sequence, whatever, right? So that's really important control. It also works really well. So now we have the length. Now the length is the length of the grains relative to the delay time. So we have delay time right here, which is 1/8. And if I say this is now 1/1, or, check this out. You hear that, right? It really changes things. If I change the delay time again, okay, and up the grains, right? So it really does matter. These three knobs here they really do play in tandem. And you get a lot of different textures and tones just by messing with these three knobs: the density, the length, and the delay time. All right. So that's cool, right? So now over here, we have BPM control. Of course, you can snap it to BPM, which I just did. And then we have a snap control for the pitch. Now, what's interesting about Sorbet is it's also a shimmer reverb, right? So you can do total shimmer reverb effects just by cranking up the pitch. Check this out. I mean, how many plugins do you know can do that, right? I mean, it's crazy. Over here to the right, we have a pitch spread. Let me go ahead and turn off the shimmer. We have pitch spread over here, which spreads the pitch effects if you're using them all the way out to the left and right. Same with stereo spread. We have kind of a stereo mono signal right here, and then you spread it out. Gets really wide. You can hear that. Really cool. And then down here on the bottom left, we have feedback 1 and feedback 2. Now, let me explain what these two things are. Feedback 1 is the pre-delay feedback before the granular engine. So you have if you just crank this up, you hear this is before it hits all the granular stuff, right? So it's just using it as a traditional delay, really. Okay? You almost get ping pong effects like that. That's kind of cool. And then you have feedback 2, which is the feedback of the delay after all the pitch stuff, after all the granular stuff. So check this out. I'll crank this up. Right? So that's where, combined with this warp, this delay warp, we haven't gotten to this yet. This is the last control I want to talk about. It aligns all the grains to the delay time. So that's what delay warp is. Now, similar to Supermassive, when you crank this up, you're in reverb territory, right? Because it's warping it's aligning all the grains to the delay time. And then you crank up this feedback, and that's like a pure reverb, right? And then if you add the pitch on top of this, check this out. Oh yeah. I mean, how many plugins do you know can do that, right? They can take a glitch percussion track and make it into a total like granular mess. Sorbet can. For sure. I love that. I mean, it comes with a lot of cool presets. There's a lot of shimmer presets in here. We can just go through some of them. There's a reverse delay. That's another thing I didn't talk about. It has forward and reverse delay right here. So we can go reverse delay. We go and solo that track again. Okay. Turn down all the warp effects. We have reverse delay and forward delay. We have dotted. Yeah, got 3/8 right here and 1/3. That's cool. And you know, there's just a lot of different use cases. So let's go over those. So over here on the rest of the track, we have a sequence track. Now, this sequence track has 2 instances of Sorbet on it. So we start off here. I'm going to turn them all off. And we just have a basic, sequence, right? One instance of Sorbet with a 1/3 delay time. I mean, it turns it almost into like a dotted 8th note almost. It's like crazy, right? Add another one. Add a little reverb effect right here, the seafoam fondue. We have a very dessert theme thing going on here, right? Add some Pro R2 on the end. I mean, there you go, right? Like, that's one of the powers of Sorbet is stacking all of them. And you can stack multiple instances of Sorbet on top of each other, and you get a wide variety of effects. So if you combine the fact that you have a granular sampler, you have a traditional delay, you have a shimmer reverb, and then all this pitch grain stuff, like, it's crazy. Somebody's crazy, y'all. And you can get it like, 25% discount just by using the link down below in the description. So over here we have filter controls. So we have a low cut, high cut. You can get really crazy with like all your filtering and stuff. Let's go back and do that. Check it out. So if you want something that's like really wild, you can crank this up, crank this up, crank this up, and then start filtering it. Right? Almost get like a drone out of that, glitch percussion track. Like, what? We're making drones? Out of a glitch percussion track? Yes, you can with Sorbet. Anyway, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your time and presence here. Sorbet is an amazing plugin, and I highly encourage you guys to go check it out. If you're looking for something like that, where it just has that right mix of like unpredictable and at the same time can be really useful. If you want to use it traditionally like a reverb or delay, Sorbet can do that for you. Again, I want to thank the developer of Sorbet, Discreet Signals. Thank you for sponsoring this video. And yeah, go out there and take a scoop full of Sorbet and find something really sweet to do with it, all right? I'll be back again soon with more ambient tutorials. You guys have been great. My name is Chris from Signs of Life. If you want to learn more about this channel, I am on Patreon, so be sure to check out my Patreon page. I do tutorials like this, deep dives, every single week. It's a great place to be, and you can join for as little as $3 a month. All right? So, thank you guys again for watching. And as always, keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. My name is Chris from Signs of Life. See you guys in the next one.